Hello friends. In the last lecture we have seen Gibbs free energy change and the Helmholtz free energy change. Now today we are going to talk or discuss about the thermodynamic derivation of law of mass action. All of you are familiar with the law of mass action. Now the rate of chemical reaction is proportional to the rate of the product of the active masses of the reacting substances at that moment. Is a simple statement of the law of mass action. Okay. Now, what is meant by the active mass? The active mass means here the molecular concentration expressed in gram mole per liter. Let us consider the simple chemical reactions. So say A plus B gives a C plus D. If Pa, Pb, Pc and Pd are the partial equilibrium pressures of the substances A, B, C and D respectively, then we will going to prove here the equilibrium constant Kp and the equilibrium constant Kc in case of the solution. Kp is equal to the Pc Pd divided by Pa into Pb, or the Kc is equal to Cc into Cd divided by Ca into Cb. Here the C, capital C is the concentration and the capital P is the pressure. Now we will going to prove law of mass action, now the statement of the law of mass action. Let us consider two hypothetical equilibrium boxes or the vessels of different volumes as shown in the figure here. The volume of each vessel is assumed to be so larger that the removal of small quantities of the component or the substance does not change the composition of that vessel or the boxes, and it is a box kept at a constant temperature containing the reactant and the product in equilibrium with each other, and it is provided with a number of semi-permeable membranes. Here we see the semi-permeable membranes through which each component of the equilibrium mixture can be separately introduced or withdrawn. That is the beauty of that equilibrium box. Inside a box, a catalyst is provided to maintain equilibrium condition. In each of these vessels, four spaces A, B, C, D are always in equilibrium with each other. Further, suppose that each of the four walls of the vessel is permeable to only one component. Let the partial pressure of the spaces in the first vessel be a Pa, Pb, Pc and Pd, and that in the second vessel the Pa dash, Pb dash, Pc dash and the Pd dash respectively. Further, it is assumed that all of the reacting substances are ideal gases. In the last lecture we have already seen the free energy change in the isothermal reversible process, and we have delta G is equal to RT log E P2 upon P1, where the P1 is the initial pressure and the P2 is the final pressure. Now an isothermal and reversible process is carried out as follows. Suppose 1 mole of A component or the substance is transferred isothermally and reversibly from first vessel to second vessel from initial pressure Pa to final pressure P dash A, so that the change in free energy of the substance A is given by delta Ga is equal to RT log of base E P dash A divided by Pa. Similarly, here the 1 mole of the component B is transferred isothermally and reversibly from the first vessel to second vessel from initial pressure Pb to final pressure P dash B, so that the change in free energy of the substance or the component B is given by here the delta Gb is equal to RT log of base E P dash B upon Pb. Now suppose that A and B are the transferred in the one direction. At the same time 1 mole of the C and D are transferred isothermally and reversely from second vessel to first vessel, so that the free energy change are given by delta Gc is equal to RT log of base E Pc upon P dash C, and the delta Gd is equal to RT log of base E Pd upon P dash D. At the same time C and D are transferred in opposite direction of the A and B. We got here the delta Ga, Gb, Gc and Gd The total free energy change is the sum of all above terms is given by delta G is equal to delta GA plus delta GB plus delta GC plus delta GD. Delta G is equal to RT log of base E P dash A upon PA plus RT log of P dash B upon PB plus RT log of PC upon P dash C plus RT log of PD upon P dash D. Since the vessels are so larger, both of these vessels are so larger that the system remains at a equilibrium and the net free energy change at constant temperature will be zero. Means that delta G is equal to 0. Okay, we get that the delta G is equal to RT ln of or log of base E P dash A upon PA plus RT ln of P dash B upon PB plus RT ln of PC upon P dash C plus RT log of PD upon P dash D is equal to 0. At the equilibrium condition, delta is equal to 0. Then the mathematical rearrangement of above expression, we got log of base E or ln of P dash A upon PA plus ln of P dash B upon PB is equal to minus ln of PC upon P dash C minus ln of PD upon P dash D. Now you know that the mathematical rule is the log of x plus log of y is equal to log of x into y. So by using this mathematical rule, we got a log of base E or the ln of P dash A into log of P dash B divided by P into PB is equal to minus in bracket log of PC upon P dash C plus log of PD upon P dash D. Just a mathematical rearrangement, we got ln of P dash A into P dash B divided by PA into PB is equal to minus in bracket ln of PC PD divided by P dash C into P dash D. Therefore, the ln of P dash A into P dash B divided by PA into PB is equal to ln of P dash C into P dash D divided by PC into PD. We have to take an anti-log of both sides. We got P dash A into P dash B divided by PA into PB is equal to P dash C into PD P dash D divided by PCPD. Therefore, PCPD divided by PA into PB. Just a mathematical rearrangement. Just a PCPD taken another side. We got here the PCPD divided by PA PB is equal to P dash C P dash D divided by P dash A into P dash B is equal to just a constant. It is a equilibrium constant. It is a equilibrium constant Kp or the Kc in case of the solution Cc Cd divided by Ca into Cb is equal to C dash C into C dash D divided by C dash A into C dash B. And here we prove the law of mass action, and here we prove that law of mass action, the rate of chemical reaction is proportional to the rate of product of active masses of the reacting substances at that moment. Kp and the Kc, the Kp is the equilibrium constant and the Kc is also equilibrium constant in case of the solution. Okay, thank you.